Alright, welcome back to another E7 video. Now today we're gonna go over Tidal Rift Elvira, which is going to be our, what do you call her, an usher into the new season, right? So I don't know, she's gonna be probably maybe one of the things that, I don't know if she's gonna shape the meta, but she definitely, in my opinion, adds to what's already existing. So yeah, we'll see who comes out and changes it. Maybe Abe changes it. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, but without further ado, let's get into Tidal Rift Elvira preview.
Through your downfall, I shall prove my worth.
Alright, taking a look at her stats. She is a mage, dark mage of the Pisces, which shares the same stat line as something like Festive Ida if you have her. I think Light Tenny also has similar stats, but her imprints for herself is effectiveness, and imprints for the team is also effectiveness, right? HP 120 base speed. HP is not too high, but I guess for a mage is somewhat decent, except for the tanky mages, right? Defense is okay, attack is alright. Okay, skill 2 is a passive, Craven Affection. At the start of battle, grants engulf, right? When attacking, penetrates the target's defense and cannot trigger a critical hit or a heavy blow. After an ally uses a skill, for each debuff inflicted on all enemies, has a 25% chance to increase combat radius by 10 to 15% on Mulagora. Now, I'm kind of a little bit confused. We'll have to see how it works. Does it not activate on like single debuff? Does single debuffs not have a check? Because it says on all enemies, not on a enemy. Like normally when it says for each debuff inflicted on an enemy or something like that, it'll say has a 25% chance, but it says on all enemies. So do you need to use AoE debuffs with her, right? And if that is the case, then you can probably just bridge her with the Fumir artifact, right? Now what I'm thinking as well is for those who are playing like Chudwig right now, right? You can probably bridge her like after Chudwig goes, like your Zio goes, or your RNL goes, or your Renat goes, or your Fumir goes, whoever goes first on your team, and then they go. Ludwig goes, he does his AoE block and defense, block and silence, block and defense, right? Crazy, block and silence, right? And then Elvira comes in and does her thing, right? That's how I'm thinking of it. Or you can just try to bridge her via the Fumir artifact, right? That's what I'm thinking. Now, engulf is increases effectiveness and critical hit resistance by 100%, right? So it's gonna be very, if you will build her quite bulky and just rely on her skill 3 or any skill 3, skill 1 and everything, and the rest of her team, then it's gonna be hard to take her out, right, with that critical hit resistance, right? Upon receiving lethal damage, grants Cascade to all allies and is dispelled. So I think a way you can get around, she does not have the blue Elvira like immortality thing to survive. So I think the way you can probably do that is with something like a Lady of the Scales, maybe, or just with yeah, something like a Lady of the Scales. She will receive lethal damage. She will proc the immortality, and then she'll go into giving her team Cascade. And if you have Lady of the Scales, you also get abundance, so abundance and Cascade. And you can probably, this is where I'm thinking that this is a unit that is designed to sort of help, I think, newer players deal with free run and things like that, and other units as well. We'll talk about that when we get to the S3, but I think it's a unit that can help you deal with free run if you have Lady of Skills as well, right? Even if you don't have Lady of Skills, once she dies, you'll probably be able to take free run out, assuming that you already took out some of their team as well, right? So yeah, that is the skill 2. Pretty interesting. Okay, skill 3, Wave of Curses. Damn, the fitting name. Okay, this is where we see problems in the kits and everything now, and I guess you have to talk about it, right? Anyways, it's a 35% chance to inflict curse on all enemies except for the target, right? For 2 turns before attacking the enemy. Okay, and increases combat radius of the caster by 50%, because why not? When the caster is granted engulf, effect chance is doubled. So this goes to 70% chance. And then what Smilegate is trying to do is get everybody to use weakening set. They're trying to force us to farm it for the newer units, which is kind of diabolical, right? Think about when Warfare came out. Warfare made some units okay, and then Notos was like, okay, it's his best in slot, you know. But besides him, I mean, even Hecate, I mean, it wasn't like necessary to farm it for Hecate, although it's really good on her, right? I farmed it for my Hecate, I farmed it for my Tamarin, because it just makes Tamarin, like, it's really convenient to have on Tamarin, right? But I feel like there wasn't as much pressure, right? It was mostly Notos. Some people weren't playing Hecate on the new set, right? They were just playing her, they're just playing her like a tankier Hecate and stuff like that, you know, or playing like a high attack one just for the dual attack, EE or something like that. We were doing different things. It wasn't necessary to have her on it, but it's really good, all right? But it still didn't feel as forced. Now it's kind of feeling forced, because this is where you start to purposefully tamper with stuff to encourage people to farm the new set, right? So we're purposefully not going to make this skill 100% chance to land just so you have to farm that set, right? It's kind of scummy, man. I ain't gonna lie, right? So what? Anyways, with weakening set, it's 15% and it's gonna double as well, right? So it will be 100%, or you could just say screw it. I'll take my 30% chance to lose the game and not wear on a weakening set. I'll just go with speed set or something, right? I have enough speed set, I'll just do that. You can do that as well. But you can see that this is kind of inevitable. I hope Obby doesn't use weakening set, because all of these units that are coming out with weakening set, and so they're like bridges and everything, and I don't really, it's like everything is a bridge these days, man. She's a bridge, Fumir is a bridge with her artifact, Ludwig is a bridge. Everything is like bridges that are coming out, right? So I hope they give the turn 2 player something as well, you know? Right. Now, since when she's granted engulf, I skipped that part, the extra chance is doubled, right? Which she gets at the start of the battle, right? I don't think it has a cooldown. Let me just double check that. Yeah, so engulf does not have a cooldown to it. It just goes away whenever she receives the lethal damage, right? So yeah, so she will have the doubling effect here as well. Another thing to note that this with Crown will probably be disgusting, because she will probably double. I wonder if she will double the effect chance of Crown as well, or just the skill, because Crown kind of got a little buff with Arceti with the weakening set, right? Because it works on artifacts. I wonder if this double chance works on artifacts. We will see when she comes out. Okay, finally we come to the skill 1, Rift Cleave. Has a 75% chance to inflict seal. On the enemy for 2 turns before attacking. Another seal unit, right? Bridge seal unit, kind of like DN in a way. And when used on the caster's turn, has a 40% chance to activate Twisted Strike as an extra attack. Twisted Strike, okay. Attacks all enemies, absorbing some of the damage dealt as well, so she has built-in sustain, and has a 35% chance to inflict fear for 1 turn, which goes up to when the caster is granted engulf. Effect chance is double, 70% chance to inflict fear, and then if you have weakening set, that's 100% chance to inflict fear, right? And then you go into a 90% chance is that to seal. 85-90, right? 90% chance to seal. So, and 90% chance to seal, 100% chance to fear. Kinda crazy. Actually, no, not even 90. It's 100%. You know, it's above that, because this. I don't think the first. I don't know if the first part gets doubled. I'm not sure of that, but we do know down here, effect chance is doubled. So The fair we'll say is 100% chance. So like a 90% chance to seal, which is a strange number, right? A strange number. And yeah, 100% chance to fair. Another fair slop unit, man. What the hell? Like, we need to stop getting these. We need to stop getting these, man. Everybody gets fair these days or some kind of nonsense. All these bridge units. Soulburn increases the chance of activating Twisted Strike by 100%, right? That's how it goes. Yeah. The reason why I was saying to, let's go back to the skill 3. The reason I was saying that this unit is probably like a new player counter to Freerun is because of the combination of her S2 and her S3. Obviously, inflict curse. If you stripped everything already and you inflict curse, you hit the main target. Freerun will take a lot of pop damage, right, from the curse being applied to her. And I think another thing that people are not really focusing on is these are bridge units, which means these are like cleavers or something, right? Cleaver control players, things like that. The unit that is following up is also going to do damage. So like even if it's a single target nuker or anything like that, is going to hit, right? Is going to hit the curse. Let's see. Oh, it's 1 turn curse. No, for 2 turns. So 2 turns, yeah. So 2 turn curse, and then whoever's going afterwards is going to also hit the main target or hit anybody, and then the other people who have curse will also take damage. So yeah, I think it's a little being undervalued, and I think that's where the strength lies, right? Is in the follow-ups and everything as well. So yeah, I think this unit could make some waves, yeah. And I think especially for newer players who don't have like a good way to deal with something like a Freerun and evasion units. But when you really think about it, all the evasion units are quite tanky, and that's why I brought up the follow-up units, right? If let's say you do 12, if we saw in the preview that she did like 12,000 damage, right? And that's not gonna kill a Setsuka. And if you miss on the main target, then she's going to just counter you and heal up a little bit and everything as well. But the follow-up unit who's gonna hit the main target. Let's say it hits, Setsuka is gonna take another round of damage, right? So yeah, I think that is how I view that S3. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that is all I have to say about her. I'll see you guys in the next one.